Yeah, I bet I can speak your language. Hey, here, I got a basketball, and I'm gonna throw the basketball at you. What other content? Hey, you want me to throw some food at you? Do. We're not any of those channels. Yeah.
This is what happens when we get sunlight.
Yeah, this is what happens when we get sunlight. It's kind of like crack here in Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah.
It just gets you hype. Well, episode 5. We're here doing some more things. And
it's been a nice week. The sun has been very, very nice.
Yeah.
And getting outside into nature. We live in one of the most beautiful places in the world, if not the most beautiful place in the world. Yeah. And what a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's been amazing. We also, both of us, spend a lot of time in nature. That's probably one of the primary reasons I still live here, is you can be in the forest in 20 minutes. And when it's sunny like this, let me tell you, we're living in the 1% of the world that is covered by a temperate rainforest, and it is something special. For anyone who knows, ick yick, ick yick. Yeah, it has been a great week just because the sun is out. It just changes the mood, changes the vibe.
Yeah.
Our topic this week is something that we have. This is actually how we met many moons ago, was through dance. We are also good friends, the bestest, and also in the same dance crew. Low-key have been for a long time. But yeah, we're going to be talking about dance today.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you started off because you got some good stuff.
Yeah, I think a great place to start is, why'd you get into this? What drew you to it all those years ago? When did you see it? Where did you see it first? And what style of dance do we both do? Or what is our predominant? Maybe let's talk about that too.
Okay. We'll touch on both. Where the style that we both do is a style called popping, specifically animation, which is under that umbrella. Dance has always been in my life since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I grew up watching Michael Jackson and, you know, the Thriller video, and seeing him do the moonwalk actually blew my mind. I was like, what? How is he sliding across the floor like that? And I grew up being like, oh, I wish I could do that. I did not start dancing ever. I could not even do a two-step until I was 22. I was not a dancer. And I had a really big breakup. And that breakup was the catalyst for me being like, I'm going to fucking learn how to dance. And I didn't know a style. At the time, I started breakdancing. It's the first thing I did.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do breakdance. I want to be a breaker. I want to be this big flashy thing. I want to be the cool guy. And through that process, I broke my arm in half. I snapped my arm in half at a gymnastics club doing a gainer into a foam pit, and they put the wrong bouncy board there. And when I went to bounce, I didn't get any vertical, and I started spinning, and I was either going to land and break my neck or put my arm out and push myself away from the corner of the cement, and it snapped my radius and ulna in half. And I jumped out, and it was hanging. That moment was a catalyst, because that's when I stopped breaking. And I started watching tapes of poppers, Mr. Wiggles. Shout out to Wiggs. I would watch tapes, and then it was early YouTube, so it was like prime YouTube where it was super basic, and I would just watch battles, and I was like popping. Oh my God, I saw Salah. Shout out to Salah if you ever watched this. And I was like, whatever he's doing, I need to learn how to do. And I spent every single day in a 3-foot by 3-foot computer office playing videos and just practicing it, not knowing what I was doing, just figuring it out. And that set me on a course that led me to traveling the world to learn from the OGs, from people who taught the style, and meeting this dance crew and meeting all these friends and building these communities. So that's ultimately how my course found dance and what dance shifted me into, how I got into that style, because I wanted to do this style that looked like magic.
Yeah.
It was the style that when you saw a magic trick and you're like, what the fuck? What? How do you do that? That is the dance style that when I watched it, I went, oh my God, how are they doing? How are they Like, what is a wave? You know what I mean? Like, you see those things and you're like, what? And I was like, I have to do that.
Yeah.
I have to have that power. That power.
Yeah.
But I have found, and this is a question I want to pose to you, is I found dance to be, the more that I've done it, the more I've learned that it's like a language, a communication tool. Is there ways that you find in your life that you use dance to communicate things, whether it's in relation, whether it's in a job application, whether it's in a new friendship? Is there ways that you use it as like a tool to...
Yeah, actually. And I think what came up immediately is just like dance, like it lives within me. Like I'm a wiggler and I shake and I do little like, things that are not, I'm not trying to like dance in that moment, but they're dancey. And I often find that they're very like disarming. And people notice. They notice that it's not like quote unquote normal movement. They notice that it's coordinated. Maybe sometimes at work I can get my little dance on and like I don't even know that it's spilling out, but people will catch it and be like, hey, cool. They'll notice and be like, and it's just very like disarming. I think when they see that I'm sort of like loose and in my body, they're kind of like, oh, cool. This person's a vibe. And similar to what you said about like connecting with people around the world, I feel like dance as a language is a great way to travel and meet people. And even if we don't speak the same, like, English language or whatever language it is they speak, it's like we speak that language and you can learn a lot about each other. You can at least connect in that moment and be like, hey, we both engage in this practice and we both do this thing. Cool, let's start there. And we may or may not be like best friends after that, but like we share that thing and that's really important. And yeah, even sometimes when you see someone else who can maybe do it, you're like, oh, I caught you. And you know that they just like, speak that, and it's exciting, because then it's like you're trying to find those people, and you're like, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's in those really small moments for me, where it kind of just like leaks out or comes out in this less like professional or well-trained way that ends up allowing people to warm up and open to me more.
I also have found that you think about this concept, dance as a language, that dance as a language, you can't lie. You can't,
Yeah.
when you speak to someone, you can lie, you can create a story, you can fabricate something. When you dance, you can't lie with it. Your dance is the truth of your interpretation of music and the truth of how you feel about it. So when someone witnesses you dance, they're seeing the truth of who you are.
Yeah.
They're seeing it in a moment and going, whether they understand if it's popping or animation or how, it doesn't matter what style you're doing, they can go, oh my God, they're showing me who they are.
Yeah.
Like, that's truth.
And to boot, a well-trained eye will be able to maybe even detect like how long you've been doing it, what styles you're into, if you're comfortable with the music, if you're, if you're warmed up, if you're like in the zone or not. And there's all these other,
Nuances. Yeah.
You are definitely showing. And then even on the language note, like you said with music, like you're translating music in a way as well. So it has that language element to it.
Which you could even, like you're talking about someone with a trained eye, when they're translating music, what that really, to people who don't dance and may not understand, when you hear a song and you hear the cadence and you hear the rhythm and you hear the melody and you're breaking down the music, you can move to the music exactly how it is. But dancers who've trained a lot and spend a lot of time listening to music, it's almost like they create their own song and their own melody and rhythm within that song they're listening to. So it may not be hitting exactly what the music is doing, but they're creating their own music inside of that. And to a trained eye, you can go, ooh, shh. Because you can see that they're creating a song that's creative, still touching on the song, but their own interpretation of what they're hearing, which is something very special.
Yeah. It's almost like you can see their eloquence and their vocabulary in those nuances and in those, Yeah, this is so cool. I'm so glad I got into this years ago. Like, for the record, I started when I was 15, I think. I've been doing this for like more than half my life now. 16, coming on 17 years. And now it's stupid because people are getting into it way younger. Like lots of the kids that we used to teach or dance crewmates and friends of ours teach started when they were like 5, 6, and they're just dumb. They're dumb good. Like,
yeah, unbelievably good.
yeah.
And able to translate so many different types of music, is also what has happened is the internet. And the internet era has made it so you have not just access to, you don't need videotapes, you can just open up YouTube and open up any platform to just consume dancers dancing, not just teaching you, but watching people do their own unique styles. And then music, you have unlimited access with Spotify and all these things to just take in information and music that you...
Because like no one back in our day was trying to go viral. No one had online courses or anything. We were watching like 360p, 240p YouTube videos, being like on like a vertical phone, being like, oh shit, like a dim lit, club or something, and somehow we still extracted the information that we needed.
Yeah, we did the best that we could with the tools that we have, and the tools that we have now are better than they've ever been.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure in the future this will just compound, and every generation will look back and be like, oh my God, look how much better. I think it's like that, not for many art forms.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it compounds because now knowledge is so accessible, and the growth rate happens at a lot faster pace.
So then, what does your dance practice look like now? How does it show up in your life?
Well, I'm a bit older now. And I feel like there's a wisdom that comes, well, ideally a wisdom comes with age, but dance has become something that's more of a spiritual practice for me, in that I'm not doing it to get the clout or the attention or trying to prove something in the dance scene. When I was younger, I was like, I'm going to go to battles and I'm going to win battles and I'm going to do this thing and people are going to respect me and they're going to see me and they're going to... Whereas now it's literally... Now it's the warm-up to every workout. So I train a lot, do a lot of fitness stuff, and it's the warm-up I use, not just for my body to get my joints loose and get everything going. It's also to like get my spirit kind of into the workout, that the ethos of movement. Yeah. So when I'm listening to music, I'm like, oh, this music makes me like, it makes me want to work hard and move and drive. And some songs I listen to, I'm like, when I'm stretching at the end, I have my ambient playlist or my playlist where I'm just... So there's a movement practice, and dance has become more than just dance for itself. It's become a movement facility, that it's more about the connection to music and the connection to myself and the connection to people than just to be good at dance. And I know this isn't, for a lot of people, it isn't that. Sometimes some people they just want to be good at dance and be good at the skill and like be, what's up? But for me, it's become kind of transitory towards more of a spiritual element and how to live healthy and connected to music and connected to my body. How about you? What does dance look like for you now in your life?
Yeah, it shows up in a couple different pockets. I think anyone who spends a reasonable amount of time with me will just start to see me tweak a little bit. I'm a fidgety, wiggly person, and that's like, I think when I say I'm a dancer now, it's less about this like, oh, I need to teach and I do it professionally and it's like my identity. It's more just like, I'm a dancer in the sense that like this thing lives in my body, whether I like it or not. I do like it. I love it. I will always continue to do it, but it lives in me almost like a symbiotic virus. And it's great. And I have a pocket for it where it's like, just for me, it's my sweet little practice. I go to the park, I go outside, get some fresh air, sometimes at night, sometimes in the day, and I just like get down and I play and I have fun. And then there's also a channel of it where it's like very community oriented. And while I don't battle as much anymore, I still like going to the events. I like nights out dancing. I like being in a room full of people who are all just like dancing and enjoying the music, even if they're not like professional, like well-trained dancers. And then, yeah, there's definitely like a training element. I think the more that I go on my like exercise and workout journey, the more I realize it's like, oh, I work out so that I can dance better. And I also dance to integrate all of the like muscle and weight pulling, because I don't just want to move in those ways. It's like, even at the gym, I'll do like sets and reps and then I kind of like dance and wiggle in between. And to me, that's like the little integration piece where it's like, I pull some weight and then I attach it to a movement pattern for myself.
Oh, interesting.
and then they kind of feed on each other. So yeah, that's where it is for me. But like, I still do it all the time. It's like, I'm very lucky that I picked a dance style, popping as well, that's like, I can do it anywhere. I can just, you know, and I don't always need it to be a show. Again, like oftentimes it does just kind of like leak out, but like I can practice anywhere I really want. And that's really a blessing because we can do it at the gym. We don't need, you know. Yeah. So it shows up, it's got these like different sort of channels in my life, but they're all really enriching and they're all for the spirit too. It's less about needing to show off and demonstrate that I'm good at this thing, which also does feel nice. I am good at it. I want to be good at it. I think it's my responsibility to like be good at it. But yeah, it's just the doing of it is so lovely and it feels so nice. It's gotten to a point over all these years. It just feels good to do.
I feel like this is one of those dance styles, and I'm sure you need a lot of hours in every style, but this is one of those dance styles that you need your 10,000 hours. So I've had people come up to me and be like, oh, like, how can I learn that? I'm like, honestly, it's going to be a really long road, really arduous. And if you don't love it, you're probably not going to commit enough time to be good at it.
Yeah.
Because you need your 10,000 hours. You almost have to be a tweaker. You almost have to be kind of obsessed or a little crazy about it, about wanting to be seen or wanting to be good or wanting to start off, because you need to care that much about it that you'll put in the amount of time to get good at it before it becomes more of a holistic practice of movement and spirit. Yeah. That's how my interpretation has been, is like, oh my God, like, you need to be kind of obsessed with it to put in the amount of time to get clean with it.
And you meet the right people, you find there's so many different styles and, you know, so it's just,
And speaking about meeting the right people, I'm sure we can both attest to it, the international community we've built. Traveling to go to battles. At first we're like, we're going to go show up and do this battle. And now it's turned out to be some of the longest standing friendships I have in my life, which...
Yeah. Or even in the most random countries, it's like, I probably know someone who knows someone from there. And they can link me or they can be like, oh, this is a dancer. And immediately people will be like, oh shit, you're visiting my country? Yeah. Let's hang out and let's get down.
Yeah, I literally danced on one of the Great Pyramids in Giza, in Egypt. Yeah. And some dude saw me from Egypt and was like, what? You're dancing on a pyramid? Who are you?
Yeah.
And it immediately was like, I want to show you my family. I want you to come to this place and we're going to go out and eat and I want to show you this cultural thing in this temple. And we ended up having this crazy cool friendship just because he saw this giant white dude dancing on a pyramid. He was like, you. It's kind of like a...
And in that sense, yeah, it is a bit of a flex in that way. People see it and they're just kind of like...
That's interesting.
He does something cool.
Yeah, exactly. And it's truthful. Again, it comes back to, it's truthful. When you're doing it, they don't need to know my language. They don't need to know my life history. They'll see that and go, I know enough about you to know that you're interesting.
Yeah.
You've put a lot of time into that.
So a question I wanted to ask you on this topic then, because professionally, dance doesn't show up for you as much. So I wanted to ask if there's any sort of comparison on those art forms and how they maybe, I don't know, reward you or fill up your cup differently, or...
As in my work?
Yeah, or just in your life, or even like how, maybe I can be more specific, how does the experience like watching yourself dance versus watching yourself act, or...
I mean, there's something I can learn from both. I know a lot of actors who don't watch themselves act. They don't like it. They feel like it gets them in their head about their performance and that they start to break it down and they're less in their body about performing the authenticity of, a scene or a feeling. Whereas dance, I think it's really important more so to look at your movement and have a critical eye, because you're trying to refine, you're trying to learn a move, you're trying to see an angle and craft it so that it feels more you or more how you want to make people feel when they see it. When you do a specific wave, you could do a really slow, small one, or you could do like a big one, and they're gonna have a different feeling in your body, a different feeling for how it impacts people. But I feel like looking at it is also fun for me. Like if I shoot like a little dance clip in my kitchen, after, I watch it and I usually laugh. Like it's funny to me. Like I'm like, oh my God, what was I doing there? I don't remember it. It's all very so intuitive that when I'm done, I go, was it what? Oh, that looks stupid. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like there's a funny criticality that it's very lighthearted. Whereas when I watch my acting, I'm a bit more serious about it because it's my profession.
Right.
And when I'm watching myself get into a moment, I was like, does this moment feel authentic? Does this moment feel true to whatever the story is trying to tell? So it's a bit different of a lens, but again, they both lend into each other. And this is the thing I despise about my industry: is like, you're a dancer, you're an actor, you're this blocks. Whereas you can't be both. Like dancing has a huge impact on how I act because I'm so in my body and so into movement that there is like a huge overlap. So I don't know if that fully answers you, but
no, that does. Yeah, that's cool.
How have you found? Here's a little like course correction. How have you found dance assists or takes away from intimate relationships? Have you found that there's an impact on how you are with people that you get really close with? Like, does dance come into play as a tool, as a language, as a?
For sure. I think even in engaging in a dance style like ours, which is more about, illusion, it is a little more solo. It's not like a traditional partner dance or anything. So people might be like, oh, dancer, like, blah, blah. It's like, but yeah, I do. I do know how to move my body. I have some element of control, and that definitely can translate into like affectionate touch. It definitely, I remember I was learning Tai Chi, and we started doing push hands. And I remember some other students were like, well, they were looking at me, I'm a complete beginner, but I was practicing with the teacher. And a couple other students were like, oh, why does he look like he's kind of getting it and we're really struggling? And he was just like, oh, well, he dances outside of this. So he immediately has a little bit of an understanding of what that contact and push-pull is like. Because even in a battle, or even in a circle, a cipher, even if you're not physically touching the person, there is a push and pull going on. There is a relationship there. So I feel like that definitely translates into that. And yeah, let's be honest, like telling women I can dance, telling them I am a dancer, a well-practiced dancer, usually lands pretty well. It doesn't necessarily mean like they're gonna fawn over and be like, oh, you're a dancer. Like, I've got them like hanging off my arms, but it's like, it's definitely something to be like, hey.
Until they realize that we're the dance nerds. They're like, and then they're like, oh wait, this is not as cool. No.
That's true.
Yeah. It definitely has been a factor that in friendships and in intimate relationships that has been a connecting factor to be like, oh, again, because of the truth, I think that it's an important factor because when if someone a partner I'm with sees me dance, they go, oh wow, like I really see how you express, I really see your feelings, I really see and they feel the clarity in the feeling translated to them. So whether they understand the style or not, I think that there's something there to be like, oh, you tell the truth, or you share a truth with me in doing this, even though it's not for me, which is kind of a special thing because it is for me. It's always been for me and my love and my community, but it is also translates into, when I've dated dancers, it's been amazing because it's a language that's of energy, a language of emotionality, and a language of physicality. So in all three of those things, in any relationship, it has been a great part of a relationship if they're dancers, because whether they have a different style or not, there's a communication and a translation that happens that's really nice and really they understand that part of me. I found that there's an understanding where I don't have to explain myself. I can just be like, this is me. And they're like, amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, there's no like, oh, what's this about? What's that about? What's this about? They just know it by how I translate how I am with them. Like, oh man, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, sometimes feeling is knowing.
Feeling is knowing.
I think when people can feel that, then they know. And even there was another little piece to that, the sort of truth telling that dancing, even in these micro forms or macro forms, it's very disarming. Like I think about times where I do things a little dancey and I like break normal patterns of movement, like at the grocery store or whatever, and like it immediately disarms people.
Yep.
Sometimes it's threatening, but usually it's actually like, oh, And, you might get a little something extra, you might get a little smile, or, but...
Well, I'll tell you this. I get more compliments from men than I do women. It's been the funniest thing. Whether I'm in a club, in a grocery store, or out in public, I'll have dudes come up like, oh, like, I'm not gay or anything, but like, just want to like let you know, like, that's sick, man. I don't know if I've seen someone that tall ever do that before. That's amazing, dude. Like, respect. Yeah. And you know what I mean? It's not women going, oh my God, you're so sexy and amazing. It's the dudes being like,
yeah,
nice, man. Like, that's cool, dude. I love that, man. Especially at the gym. Like, no one wants to say anything because they're like, oh, do I say something? Is that weird? But dudes will come up and be like, oh, getting water, and they'll cross my path getting water, be like, hey, I just want to say, like, you do some crazy shit, man.
Well, it's the same with going to the gym and like building muscle. Like you think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get shredded and the girls are gonna love me, and then you're like, actually, guys love me.
Yep. Yep. It's so true. Like they really couldn't. I just want stability. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe
this is a little rant piece at the end, but like, is there any like, I don't know, pet peeve questions? Is there any things that you find actually like, there's sort of a little shadow side of the, the practice?
Yeah, let's go on a little tangent. Yeah. The downside would be if someone is, the context matters. So if it's a friendship, like just someone coming up friendly and being like, oh, like, what's that about? And they ask too many questions. I really don't want to answer questions. And not because I want to shut down their curiosity, but because I would rather just show them, like put on some music and let's play, you know what I mean? But if they're not like someone who's into dance or like has that ethos in their life, whether they're a dancer or not, because technically every person is a dancer on a spectrum. All humans can dance, all humans can sing. It's just how much time you put into it. So people who haven't put much time into it, I find really have a lot of invasive questions in my experience. And I don't really want invasive questions to be asked. If you're curious and you ask them, like, you're gonna get what I wanna give you.
Yeah.
Because I don't owe you anything. And if you come out of curiosity that's really positive, I'll probably give you more. But if it's a bit like, oh, how can I get something from you? Again, the intention matters. If they want to try and like extract something from me that's not beneficial for me learning something from them, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
And sometimes people be like, ooh, that's confidence, or ooh, you're a dick. I'm like, honestly, I don't care. Like, this is my art form that I put thousands and thousands of hours into. It's very special to me. What I choose to share is what I choose to share. And I have found that some people have been like, oh, that's kind of like a dick attitude. And I'm like, you get what you get. You know what I mean? Like if you were a rocket scientist, technical engineer, and I come in knowing nothing about your scientific principles, and I come in and be like, teach me about rocket science right now, on the spot. They're going to be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? Like, go to university for 10 years, learn about it, and then we'll have a conversation, you know? Like, so,
exactly.
How about you?
Yeah. I think mine's kind of in the same. It's the agitation I feel from, like, sharing this thing. Like, people often ask, or they can see me wiggle, and they'll be like, oh, you're a dancer? I'm like, yeah. And then it's kind of like, I'm also competing with the sort of, like, popular dancers, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but like the popularism of the internet. And So You Think You Can Dance or Step Up, TV shows like that, which are all valid as well. Like, I'm not trying to shit on those things, but it's like, I come from a background of like, there's an entire underground history of this stuff. And people would be like, oh yeah, I've seen it on this. And I'm like,
it's not on TikTok. Can you do the...
And I would be like, no, you haven't. Or yeah, and then people want to be like, well, show me. And I'm like, absolutely not. And they're like, what's your best move? And I'm like, the whole round is my best move. Like, my goal is from beginning of a round to the end, you just feel like, watching it. Like, it's a massage for your brain watching it.
Ooh.
I don't have a best move. Popping often doesn't work like that. Some people do. They're signature moves. They're like, blow-up moves, but that's much more of like, for the breakers.
Yeah.
They have those blow-ups. They have a and even then, not that breakers all about doing backflips, but you do a backflip, everyone's gonna be like, oh. Yeah. But for me, it's like, there's a lot of nuance. It's smaller. It's all about body control. And so it's so hard in that moment. I really appreciate it. From anyone who has ever asked me that, I appreciate that you want to see it and you're interested and curious. But it's like, man, I'm at work right now. Like, this is not the moment for me to like, this is gonna take a long time.
Give you a breakdown.
Yeah, to get you caught up. And I know it doesn't come from a bad place, but yeah, it's that frustration of like, I see in their mind that they think of So You Think You Can Dance or whatever they've seen on, the internet or on Instagram, and I'm like, I promise you, it's not that.
Yeah, like you aren't going to be able to capture the magic of what you do in a 20-second clip, which is, what a lot of these feeds and like YouTube shorts and all these things that feed is like, look at this guy doing this beep, 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 beep. Like, how many videos get sent to you by people?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
And I'll also say this, if you have ever sent me a dance video, I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I never watched
But
it.
we also love you and appreciate that you care, that we care about dance.
And to all the dances those are your videos, you're great.
Yeah.
You're amazing at what you do.
Yeah.
You're probably better than me.
Yeah.
But
So
I still haven't watched them.
we still haven't watched them. And that's a perfect place to end
I think
this.
that is
Just
a
like
good
a
spot
bunch
to
of
end it.
snobs.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. Please engage in a conversation if you have questions. We'll try and answer them. But until next time.
Peace. Oh, good one.
Shmgra!